Good day, traders. My name is Coach Daniel from FX Insights, and welcome back to another segment on news trading. So for today, August 30, there will be some high-impact news at 8:30 p.m. that will affect the Canadian dollar and the USD. So let's dive in and let's see what these news are. So for this one, this is CAD GDP of Canadian dollar. This is month on month. So here we could see the result for July 31. The initial movement is 52.3 pips, and it actually went further up, as you can see there. So after a while, it did follow the overall downtrend move for CAD JPY. Next is the one for June 28th. This one is a mix of indecision bars. As you can see, roughly 3 indecision bars, and it went for a little bit of pullback before it actually went into an uptrend, which is 2 hours later, as you can see with that big green bar. Next is the one for May 31. This is open to low of 25 pips. It actually went further down, and then it also went into an uptrend after 2 hours. This one here is for April 30. Open to low right there on that red bar is 25.8 pips. It went further down, as you can see there, but after that one, it went into a ranging market. So it went sideways. Next up here is the one for May 28. Open to high is small of 11.5 pips, but then went into an uptrend, as you can see there. The other high impact news that we're going to be looking at is the core PCE price index. So this will affect the USD. So this one is back in July 26 when it came out. Open to low of 46.1 pips, then went into a downtrend. Next is the one for June 28. Open to low of 27.4 pips, then went into an uptrend. Next here we have May 31. Open to low of 36.7 pips. It also actually pulled back a little bit more before it went into an uptrend, as shown by the big green bar there. I think that is roughly a few hours after the high impact news. This one right here is April 26. It did create that little hammer right there. This is 35 pip range. At least the entire movement right there is 35, and then it went into an uptrend. Next here, March 29, open to low of 10.7 pips. It pulled back just a little bit more before it went into an uptrend. So basing the analyzing the movement for these high impact news, so we're going to be looking at GDP month on month for the Canadian dollar. This one is a bit of an inconclusive in terms of market reaction. As you can see right here, the previous for July 31, it became 0.2 on the actual. So the initial movement here is actually 52.3. It's quite big. It actually went further up before it followed the overall downtrend. Next here, this one right here is the previous is actually less than the actual. It actually went up. So there was indecision bars, but it went into an uptrend 2 hours later. This is where the inconclusiveness comes in, where on May 31, where there was a open to low of 25 pips, even though the actual went lower. So it's a bit different in terms of the action on the one for July 31, which this one created a 52.3 pip move up. This one went for a 25 pip movement down, actually went further down, and then it created the uptrend 2 hours after. Same here, this one right here, 0.5, it went lower. So it went lower, but the initial reaction, as you can see, is different for July 31. This one went down and then went into a ranging market. So it didn't actually go for an uptrend compared here as well. There was a movement here, kind of close, but this one is a bit different. This one right here, the actual went up. It created that high of 11.5 pips, and it went into an uptrend. It's a different reaction here and here. So it's quite inconclusive, at least for the Canadian dollar, when the news goes out. At least looking at the data here, basing it in historical data, I would be very careful when trading the GDP. So at least for the Canadian dollar. So I don't have at least an analysis for CAD GDP, since it's reacting very differently for the past like 5 months of data. Next, we have the core PCE. This one, we do have an analysis right here. It's quite following that analysis. So right here, the actual is 0.2. The previous is 0.1, so it went higher. So a higher actual compared to the previous is actually bearish for the USD. So you can see it right here. it actually went into a downtrend. This is the same, went lower. So at least for the initial reaction, it did still go down. But this one went into an uptrend after a while. Next here is one went lower. So right there, this one went lower. So actual less than or equal to the previous is bullish for the USD. So this one, a bit of a different reaction. There was a 36.7 pip movement, but it did still go into an uptrend. Next stop for April 26th right here. So zero point 0.3 going into zero point 0.3. So it created the hammer, 35 pip range hammer, but still went into an uptrend, which supports this one at least. March 29, this one went lower. So actual now is less than the previous. So this one is, at least we're looking at a bullish movement. It did still pull back a little bit of 10.7 pips before it went to an uptrend, which supports this analysis right here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're looking at the forecast, at least for today. We have the forecast for the GDP month on month is zero point 0.1. It's going to go lower. And for the core PCE price index that will affect the USD, it is forecasted to remain the same. So we're expecting bullish movement for the USD. So look out for a bit of pullback first before it actually goes into an uptrend. As for the GDP month on month, again, it's quite inconclusive for the past 5 months of initial market reaction. Even the direction afterwards is quite inconclusive. So again, be careful when you're trading the GDP for the Canadian dollar. So that's pretty much it for today. Thank you for tuning in, and yeah, good luck on your trades.